Hi, today's movie is the 1977 American telemovie Exorcist ripoff, The Possessed, starring a very young Harrison Ford. So without any more ado, let's check out The Possessed. Oh God, what are you doing? Oh God, no! Ooh, nice musical sting to start with. James Farentino used to be in everything back then. So I guess this was before Harrison Ford made the big time with Star Wars and all that. Ooh, that was a nice shot. Great opening.
Preserve thy body and soul unto everlasting life. Drink this in remembrance that Christ's blood was shed for thee.
The way he's phoning it in, I feel like he's going to get a big shock at any moment.
Blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, which was shed for thee, preserve thy body and soul unto everlasting life. Blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, which was shed for thee, preserve thy body and soul unto everlasting life. Drink this in remembrance that Christ's blood was shed for thee.
The soundtrack is pretty good so far with this rather insistent chanting, creepy music. Oh! Wow. I was not expecting that.
He's a dead minister. Hardly a mark, but he's dead.
He can't be dead. He's the star of the movie.
Captain Leahy, you have lost your faith. You have failed as
so
God's servant. You have
is he in the
fallen
afterlife
from his
now?
grace. Your only hope for salvation is to seek out evil and fight that evil by whatever means possible.
Interesting. This is an interesting setup.
I think he's starting to breathe.
So he's been called by God or whoever to save people so his own soul can be saved because he's been a bad priest. Loving the soundscape of this movie, the creepy crickets. I like it when people pay attention to the details like that. They've made an effort. It's progressive.
See what I mean? Weren't the rules
Everyone in
right
this
the
film
halls,
looks
but not
familiar from
classrooms?
1970s
I knew it.
TV shows.
I knew it was coming. I was just waiting.
Oh, so this is her actual mother.
She was last night.
So we're 8 minutes in now. There's been no suggestion of anything supernatural happening. I think they need to start getting that in there. Oh, here we go. Great soundtrack. I just love it.
Oh, it's 2 minutes of. She's got to be here any
One of the
moment.
rare movies where the teenagers look like real
But I
teenagers.
think we should get out.
I am finding this a little bit slow moving so far. It's not that it's not entertaining or interesting. I want them to get into the action of the supernatural stuff. Oh, here we go.
Lee! Lee! What happened? Let's get out of here! Get
Don't
out
let
of
the door
here!
close!
Somebody, there's a fire in here!
I mean, the idea of spontaneous fires, you know, it's disturbing, but it's not really scary. So far, the spontaneous fires are centered around this teacher and her daughter.
We'd like to welcome you to the 53rd commencement exercises of the Helen Page School. Thank you for coming.
Oh!
Oh my God! I'm on fire!
Drop and roll! Oh, here's Harrison Ford. That's grim. That was quite well done.
Something's happening. There's something here.
This actress reminds me of Glenn Close.
Don't know what to do.
I know of a man, though. At least I heard of a man. He might be what you're looking for. His name is Kevin Leahy. I don't know how to locate him, but I'll see what I can do.
Bring in the Exorcist.
Mrs. Sumner,
Here he is.
I know you've been trying to get a hold of me. My name is Leahy. But I can tell you something. Evil strikes. It does strike. And it strikes randomly. No explanation, no reason. Maybe it's come here.
But why? Why would it?
There is no why. If it has, it'll come again and again. If it has, I'll have to find out what way it's coming, who's carrying it. Mrs. Sumner, I'm not connected with the church. There's no ritual, no procedure. It's different every time.
So he's not a priest
You
anymore.
don't know what to do.
I think that's a bit of a problem, setting up your exorcist coming in saying when evil strikes there's no reason for it, because the audience wants there to be a reason. We want to have a backstory about why evil things are happening. You know, you could have the girls have been playing with a Ouija board or something in the dormitory.
I went to see Mr. Winjam, our biology teacher. I'm not good in biology, and he said he'd help me get ready for the exam.
Oh, yeah.
I got $5 for whoever will come up here and let him out of the jar. What? No takers, huh?
His biology classroom is full of animals in cages. That seems a little bit unusual.
4 sets of legs, not 3.
Who
This
has a
particular
captured
example
monkey
isn't
and
very
a
large. He's known
raccoon
as
in their
Ladrocus.
classroom?
Was it the walrus?
You understand. I can't stay forever. Too many memories of the back room of the biology lab. Some great experiments there. Besides, I can't teach boys. Concubus and girls and dying bullfrogs, that's my meat.
You're a good teacher.
What? I don't feel they've really developed this character of the ex-priest enough yet. And they need to have more for him to investigate. There's only 3 things that have happened and only one of them was serious. Well, here we go. Come on. Supernatural stuff. Oh. That's what we want.
You lost your faith.
I was kicked out of the church. I drank too much. I lusted. I was an adulterer. And other things.
You weren't a priest, were you?
I want to like this Leahy character, but I don't know if it's the way he's playing it. To me, it's just not quite gelling.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
I knew it.
Are your guys' mittens?
Let's go in the back room and And I'll teach you about the chicken and the egg. Which comes first?
The girl steals my lines.
Yeah, well, you stole something of mine.
That's not really sexy.
Oh, wait a minute.
I hate you.
Weezie. Wait.
Oh! Oh no! Ooh, that's quite nice. Quite nicely done. He's not rushing to help, though, is he? Not rushing to help at all. So this girl seems to be the key to it somehow. She's involved or she's near when all these things happen.
There's something to all this.
No kidding.
Who are you, really? Why did you come? How did you get here?
I am what I told you. I came because I had to. It's not important how. I'm here to help, if I can. That's what's important.
What are you saying? Are you saying that you finally believe me?
Is he a supernatural being? So far he hasn't done anything.
But how can I answer what you can't see to ask?
I think they're making this Leahy character a bit too cryptic. We need to have some clues to keep us going.
What is it? What is it?
I've got to get out of this room, and I've got to go back to my office and go to work and take charge. I taught myself to do that.
So was she supposed to
I'm
be
all right now.
possessed back then? The film's called The Possessed. Someone's got to be possessed. Got 17 minutes left to go. I want to see some possession and some exorcism. You can't be an Exorcist knockoff and have no exorcism or possession. There really has not been enough happening in this story. Gotta give the viewer some crumbs. Why is it happening? What is really going on? I want a terrible backstory about shocking things that happened at the school or something terrible that someone did. And if the twist isn't that James Farentino's character is really a ghost.
Louise!
Ooh!
Did you still love him? I didn't know. I thought it was over. The two of you. I thought.
I don't know if going after your aunt's ex-boyfriend is ever a good idea.
About us. She looked so strange. She was
Possessed.
Possessed. Okay, finally we're getting to it. We've got 12 minutes left to go. We're finally getting to the substance of the mystery. Come on, they've got to reach some kind of a dramatic moment in this story. See, this is what they needed earlier to raise the stakes of the story. Who is the head mistress possessed by and why? See, this should be a really dramatic moment in the story, but it just doesn't have that tension that it needs. Was there a fire? That storyline's just fizzled out. No. I bet the evils come here because the headmistress is a spinster. That's what happens when you let women run things. Ooh. Uh-oh. See, they needed to bring this in half an hour ago. You can't have this happen in the last 5 minutes of the movie. No one's going to call for help? Get an ambulance? Interesting. So did he put that fire out with his mind? Oh, okay, here we go. Oof. Jump into the pool. Pool's right there. Okay. That was nicely done. And where is he? He won't be there. He'll disappeared.
Where is he, Mother? Where is he?
You've got to give us some explanation. Who he was, what happened.
Who was he, really?
I don't know. Goodbye, Sergeant.
Come on, you can't leave us hanging like that.
Welcome.
That's it. Well, I have to say I was a little bit disappointed in The Possessed. It's got so many great actors in it, the production values are really good, the soundtrack and soundscape are fantastic, but it's just so slow moving. It's like The Exorcist on sleeping tablets. I'm wondering if this show, like the other 70s telemovie I recently reviewed, Vampire, was perhaps a pilot for a series that never continued. Certainly I could see this mysterious Leahy character, the Exorcist, played by James Farentino, as a kind of mysterious recurring figure investigating supernatural mysteries. And certainly the questions they pose about him, is he really alive, is he a phantom, etc., are very interesting ones. But none of it is ever addressed or answered. You've got to give the viewer some crumbs. I think the problem here is the pacing, the weighting of the story. All the exciting stuff happens in literally the last 5 minutes. I really wanted this film to be so much better than it was, and it seems like such a shame because given all the ingredients they had to work with here, it should have been better than it was. The exorcism segment at the end I felt was the strongest part of the film and the most interesting. And the way they depicted the possessed woman was kind of interesting too, with the spewing forth nails and liquid and things like that. The implication being that she was being possessed because she was some sexually repressed woman seems a little bit flimsy to me and a little bit trite. And the fundamental problem underlying this whole movie is Leahy's assertion that evil things happen for no reason. This is dramatically such a dead end. The audience wants the backstory. We really want to know why, how, what is really going on here. The film doesn't give us any answers at all. The 70s were a great time for supernatural, horror-themed telemovies and movies, but this one, I'm afraid, is a bit of a misfire. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you would like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.